She said the same sentence to herself for 20 years. I'm the one who holds everything together, so I can't want something just for me. The strange part was by the time we met, she didn't even know she was saying it anymore. It just felt like the truth. And once she finally saw it for what it was, she couldn't unsee it. Welcome to the Joy Shift. I'm Kiley Suarez. Before we go in, if this is your first time here, hit the follow right now. Not because I'll guilt you into it, but because what we're doing today is the kind of conversation you'll want to come back to. And if you've been here for a while, I'm so glad you're still showing up. Now, let's get into the shift. The moment a woman realizes the belief she has been organizing her entire life around is not a fact and it's a story. And once she sees it, she cannot unsee it. That is what we're doing here today. Her name is Raquela, and that's not her real name, but she's given me permission to share her story. She was 54 when she came to me. She had a career she was proud of, a marriage that worked, kids who turned out super well, and from the outside, her life looked exactly like the life you're supposed to build. And she had this sentence, I'm the one who holds everything together, so I can't want something just for me. She started saying it in her mid-30s. By the time we met, she didn't even know she was saying it anymore. It had gone underground. It just felt like the truth. Except she had this dream she kept circling, a small business, something of her own, not world-changing, just hers. And every time she got close, she pulled back. The reasons changed, but the sentence underneath the reasons never did. It was not the right time. There was too much going on in her life. I'll do it when things settle down. It sounds responsible. It sounds mature. It sounds like the kind of thing a woman who loves the people in her life would say. And it is one of the most effective ways a woman can disappear from her own life without anyone noticing, including herself. And if you're listening now thinking, that sentence sounds a little familiar, stay with me. Raquela's sentence didn't come from nowhere. It came from watching her mother. Her mom worked 2 jobs. Her dad was technically around, but not really around. Her mother held everything together. The house, the bills, the kids, every school event, tired but smiling and never once complaining. Raquela didn't need anyone to explain the rules. She watched. And by the time she was 9 years old, she had a clear picture of what a good woman looked like. A good woman carries things quietly. A good woman does not ask for more than she has. And a good woman is the one who holds everything together. She was mirroring what she saw. Raquela's story worked. She was reliable. She was trusted. She was the person everyone counted on, the glue of the family. And she was good at it. When a belief produces results, and when it gets you praised and needed and loved, it stops feeling like a belief. It becomes who you are. You cannot question what you cannot see, and you cannot see what has become the air you breathe. I need to tell you mine. For years, I built a career, first as a CPA at Arthur Andersen, then went on to Dun & Bradstreet. There I worked in accounting and finance, the kind of work where you are the person in the room with the answers, where competence is the whole point. Your professional identity becomes something you wear like a suit, and the suit fits, and people respect the suit, and that's what they expect from you. Then we moved back to Puerto Rico once my husband finished his residency. And my husband started his urology practice, and I ran the back end of the new period in our life, billing, accounting, payroll, the whole shebang. And I did this and I still do actually, for over 25 years. But throughout those years of building a practice, I was fiddling, researching, studying, entertaining the idea of writing romance. Because to me, that's one of the best genres ever, personally speaking. But for a full year, I was secretly writing romance novels, around the 24th year. In the evenings, after dinner, when the house got quiet. And my husband knew I was writing, but he didn't know what was the genre, nor what I was writing. He could care less right now. He was just like, okay, you're writing. But because every time I imagined saying it out loud, I felt this strange embarrassment, like I was about to admit something I wasn't sure I was allowed to want. There's one night I remember clearly. The house was quiet. I was deep in the story, completely lost in it. And if you've ever written anything, you know what that feeling. It's like being in the flow. You hear about it, but you know it. Then I heard the door open. My husband walked in, and without thinking, I closed that laptop so fast your head could spin. Not because he would have judged me. He wouldn't have. I closed it because I judged me. Because the story I had been living inside said, you are the serious one, the responsible one, the accountant, The woman who makes practical decisions and choices. And romance novels are not practical, nor do they fit in the scenario. They are not serious. They are something you want for yourself. And the moment I closed that laptop, I was Raquela. I was choosing the sentence over the dream. It took me a full year to stop closing the laptop. Raquela and I had been working together for about 6 weeks. We had talked about the career, the marriage, the dream she kept almost starting. And one day she said it again. I just need to wait until things settle down. And something in me went still because I recognized it, not as an excuse, as a story. So I asked her one question, Raquela, when in your life has it ever fully settled down? She stopped. Her shoulders dropped. She exhaled, the kind of exhale that comes when something you've been holding finally loosens, like deep in your soul. And after a long moment, she said, never. It has never fully settled down. So I asked her the next question. If you're waiting for settled down to give yourself permission, what are you actually waiting for? I don't fix people. Raquela fixed Raquela. What I did was ask the question that made the story visible, the light switch go on. Because you cannot leave a room you cannot see. That is the work, not pushing, not prescribing, not telling someone what to do. All change has to come from within. Asking the question that makes her pause, because once she pauses, she sees it. And once she sees it, she cannot unsee it. That is the shift. Raquela couldn't change what she couldn't name. So the first thing she did was say the sentence out loud, the one she had been living inside for 20 years. I'm the one who holds everything together. So I can't want something just for me. And I asked her, where did that sentence come from? How old is it? And she thought for a moment, and then she said, 8. She was 8 years old when she built that belief, an 8-year-old trying to understand how to be good in the world. The story wasn't a flaw. It was a child trying to make meaning. But Raquela was 54 now, and she was still running the 8-year-old software program in her brain. So here's the question for you, and in her nervous system, if you think about it. Take a breath. You don't have to have the answer right now. Just let the question land. What is the sentence you say to yourself when you think about wanting something? Not the polished version, the one underneath, the one that sounds reasonable, but has quietly been keeping you in the same place, the same loop. Say it out loud, write it down. It needs to leave the inside of your head and it take up space in the room. And when you have it, hold it gently. Ask, how old is this story? Whose life was I watching when I decided this was true? Then ask the question that breaks it open. Is this a fact or is this a story I've been living inside? As if it were a fact. Those two things are not the same. And knowing the difference changes everything. Raquela started the small business, not because the timing was perfect, not because life settled down. It didn't. Life never does. She started it because she finally saw that moment. A few months ago, she said something that stayed with me. I still hold things together. That part didn't change, but now I know it's a choice. And when it's a choice, there's no resentment in it. And when I choose myself at the same time, everything has room to breathe. I asked her one last question. What do you say to yourself now? She thought for a moment. Then she said, I hold things together because I want to. And I also get to want things for myself. Both are true. For 20 years, she repeated one sentence. Now she repeated a different one. That is not a small thing. That is a woman who looked at the story she had been living inside and decided she was allowed to write a new one. That is exactly what is possible for you. That's the joy shift. If something in today's episode made you pause, I want to invite you into that pause. I offer complimentary clarity calls. They're exactly the kind of conversation you heard today, the one where the sentence finally becomes visible. You can book yours at KileySuarez.com. Clarity. If someone came to mind while you were listening, send this episode to her. You probably know exactly who I mean. And if this is your first time here, follow the show. Friday's episode is the quiet companion to today. Just you, 3 prompts, and the space to sit with the question we opened here. I'll see you Friday.